Yo, check it out, man. This is KG from Top Prize Podcast, man. Like I said, if I have not popped on your For You page, please check me out. See what I got going on. You can jump in my business. It's okay. I won't judge you because I'm judgment free. You don't have to worry about that. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. I want to hear from you as well as I know you want to hear from me. So let's get this community jumping. Let's get it jumping. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Top Prize ENT on all social medias. But let me get right into it, man. Do y'all want to know something today, man? Cause I want to tell y'all what grinds my gears. Y'all want to know what grinds my gears? What grinds my gears is where is the parent outrage on this No Child Left Behind? Where is it? Because this No Child Left Behind has fucked the school system up so bad that it's failing our kids. It's failing our kids, man. No matter how we look at it, no matter how we slice it, I don't care what teacher jump on here and be like, "Oh, it's not da 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 this da da that." If your kid go to public school, no child left behind is fucking up the school system and it's failing these kids because it's making the teachers lazy. And I don't want to say it in a bad way, but it's making the teachers lazy because they know they have to pass these kids or they're going to lose their jobs. These principals have to allow the teachers to fandangle the grades so they can average out at a certain average so they can keep some form of funding. Reason why I know is because I was an LSC member at a school. I'm an LSC member at another school now. I have kids going through the public school system. I know a lot of kids who aren't my kids that's going through the public school system. A lot of these kids are about to graduate 8th grade and still can't even read. How are they passing? These kids about to graduate 8th grade and can't even write. How is they passing? A lot of these kids about to graduate 8th grade and can't even count money and do basic math. So how are they going to do that on a high school level? How? But they're passing. Why? Because they're grading these kids on a super curve where now it's not about your test scores. It's about your attendance. So as a student, why the hell would I care about going above and beyond getting A's and B's? Well, I know if I could just come here and sit my ass right here, participate, and I'm going to pass at a C average. Why? Why would I want to do more? But my problem is, why isn't it an outrage? Why? Because you have a lot of parents that don't care about their kids' education enough. They don't care about it enough. Oh, my kid got a C. He got all C's. Oh, that's good. Come on, let's go get some crab legs and some seafood boil. Oh, you want them Jordans? All right, I'm finna go get that. Oh, you want the PlayStation 5? Oh, you got good grades. Let me go ahead and get that. But you're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes to where your child really don't have a C. They really have like a D or F. But these teachers have to fandangle the grades. I gave my son an IEP because of I felt like one school was failing my son and just passing him and just giving him grades just so he could pass, just for me to really see that my son really couldn't read, he couldn't write, it was nothing it was all bad. It was all bad. So I switched schools, gave him an IEP because I felt like he needed the extra help. But the whole time my son was just fucking lazy because he knew that all he had to do was give a sob story and these teachers was going to give him the answers. So I took his ass off the IEP quick because that IEP teacher that he had was giving him the answers. Just like the teachers at the other school was just giving these kids the answers. And I had went up to the school. I need to sit down with the principal. I need to talk to these teachers and had a meeting. Because I'm one of them parents, I care about my kids' grades. All that mediocre C's and all that other shit, I don't care about mediocre. I care about you being great. And I ask my son every day, what's stopping you from being great? And the answer is the same thing, it's me. It's the same thing, it is me. I can't focus. I don't pay attention enough. Why? Because he knows that the teacher's going to give him some leeway and they're going to give him the answers. And they're going to pass him. He knows that. That's why you don't bring me no B's. You're not bringing me no A's. Guess what? You're not getting all that other shit. You're not getting all that other shit. You're not getting it. You're not getting the new Jordans. You're not getting the PlayStation. If you want to sit here and keep bringing me C's, that's letting me know that you're doing the bare minimum. And I don't care about bare minimum. I don't. Because when I log into Aspen and I'm seeing that you failing all of your tests, but you're getting all of these these high percentages on participation and everything is balancing out at a C, if you grew up in my day, you would be getting an F. They even changing the criteria on how the grading level is. Like you had to get from 90 to a 99 was an A. Now, you could get like an 85 and still get an A. I'm not sure if they passed it yet, but when they put that on the news, I was like, no, they better to fuck not. Because they really failing these kids. But on a teacher level, I understand why they're doing it, because at the end of the day, you're a teacher. You want to keep your job. You want to keep your job at the end of the day. You're doing the best you can to teach these kids, and these kids don't give a damn. Why? Because they know you got to pass me. They know that. The only way the only way you will fail is if you don't come to school. And if you have a kid in CPS, you know that's the only way your kid gonna fail if they don't go to school. That's the only way. Like my daughter, she was a straight A student in grammar school. A straight A student. And she had to learn the hard way when she graduated and went to Gwendolyn Brooks. When she went to Gwendolyn Brooks, she had to go to summer school to take algebra. And when she got in that classroom, she understood that she's no longer the smartest kid in the classroom. Because she didn't understand or know none of that shit that she was that they was taught. She didn't understand none of it. And she struggled. She struggled. I stayed on top of her, and she figured it out. I have a stepdaughter. Same thing. She figured it out. She understood, like, okay, I'm not the smartest one in the classroom. This is kind of hard. I got to figure it out. She had to stay after school. She had to do some extra credit. She did everything she had to do to make sure that her grades is top tier. Now she got over 10 colleges. She's about to get ready to graduate high school too. She got over 10 colleges she then got accepted to. She got scholarships, National Honor Society. Me, my wife, and her father, we are parents. We care about our kids. We breathe life into our kids. C's are mediocre. So we're going to look into see why you are getting a C. Let me pull up your Aspen account. Let me pull up your Power School account. Let's see why you're getting these C's. Bring that graded paperwork home so we can see what's the disconnect between home and school. Because when you at home, you know this stuff, but when you at school, it seems like it's a problem. So let's see what that disconnect is. That's what we need. Parents have to be more involved in our kids' education. We have to be. Because if you're just rewarding your kid for being mediocre, then guess what? they're going to go out here and they're going to fail. They're going to fail. They're going to hit it hard. It's going to take them a long time to adjust. They're going to know that as long as I'm trying, somebody's going to help me. And that's why as parents, we have to get more involved. We have to. Now, if your kid's a straight A student, you doing your job. You are doing your job. Your kid is a straight A student. But sometimes you still have to challenge your child. You still have to challenge them to see if they're ready for that next step. Because my child was a straight A student and I didn't challenge her because I just knew she had it. She got it in the bag. She got to high school and got humbled. And it made me open my eyes as a parent. And now I'm looking at all my other kids like, okay, we about to start really getting into it. Y'all about to start doing book reports. Y'all about to, multiplication challenges. We about to start doing these things so I can understand where you really are mentally when it comes down on intellectual level. And these principals, they have to do what they have to do to get their funding. They're going to do it. If I got to pass your kid just to pass them, then guess what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I need my funding. A lot of these kids bad as hell, though. I'm talking about bad. And as a teacher, I'm not... Look, I couldn't do it. That's why I couldn't be a teacher. My patience is not there. How can I teach these badass kids if they're not going to listen because they know I got to pass them? There's no consequences to their actions because they know I have to pass them. And then they're going to go home and tell their mother these sob stories. And guess what? The mother calling me, trying to curse me out and not trying to hear what I'm trying to understand, hear what I'm trying to explain to them why their kid is not passing. So if I don't have to sit here and have a conversation about why their kid is failing, then that keeps the parent out of the school. And if I could keep their parent out of the school, then guess what? That's what I'm going to do. I don't have to worry about it. Your kid is, to me, they're passing. They got that C. They should be good. And to a lot of parents, being mediocre and average is okay. It's okay. And then they get to that next level, then it's not going to be okay because a lot of these high schools, especially if they go to a college preparatory school, they're going to fail your ass, whether you like it or not. They'll let you keep passing on to the next grade, but you ain't going to accumulate enough credits to graduate. You think you're a high school senior, but you only got enough credits to be a high school freshman. Yeah, they'll do that to you. And that's going to be your fault. Because one, we didn't challenge our kids. And we allowed this No Child Left Behind to fail our kids in the public school system. And that we can't do nothing but blame nobody but ourselves. Because, like I said, if you're okay with your kid being mediocre, then guess what? They will be mediocre. That's it. But back in our day, boy, teachers really cared because you had to make sure that your kids were literate in order for you to keep your job. Now you don't have to make sure that your kids are literate to keep your job. You just have to make sure that they have a grade that's satisfactory. Because if a lot of kids keep failing your class, back in my day, because we didn't have really that No Child Left Behind, you was fired. You was fired. Because we had to take this test right here. The Iowa test of basic skills. That test right here, that was a motherfucker. That test was harder than the ACT. And there was more pressure taking this test than the ACT. And you have, before you start talking about how, because the ACT is how you go to college and what college you go to and what scholarships that you might get in order for you to be able to be a functioning member of society. Guess what? This test right here determined whether you went to the next grade in grammar school. That test. You didn't pass that test, you went through summer school. And you had to take it again. And if you failed this test again, you were repeating you were repeating your grade. So while all your friends and your family, they going on to the next classroom, you gonna be in that same classroom. And you gonna have motherfuckers laughing at you and looking at you crazy, and you gonna be sitting there crying, don't want to go to school, begging your mama, can I go to another school because everybody talking about you. Because you're in your same grade and everybody else passed. This test right here had the smartest motherfuckers in the school sweat bullets. Because this test right here was a consequence to your actions. You didn't do shit in school. You wanted to be an asshole to your teachers and disrupt your classroom. You took that test and you failed. Guess what? Summer school you go, buddy. Your summer over. Ain't no going to Six Flags. Ain't no going to Cancun. Ain't none of that. You got to sit your ass in school in 100-degree weather. We ain't had no ACs when we was in elementary school. We sat in there with a fucking fan and we sweated bullets. That was consequences to your actions. Now here come No Child Left Behind. With No Child Left Behind, there's no consequences to these kids' actions. There's no consequences. I can sit back, kick my feet up. What up, Teach? Yeah, 1 + 2 = 3. 1 + 2 = 3. Now I'm sitting here chilling. And now I'm sitting here on my phone while the teacher teaching. We couldn't have no damn phones in our damn classroom. We couldn't have none of that. You got caught with any form of a device. They was taking that. Your mama had to come get that back. But it grinds my gears because we don't have enough parents to really come in and take down this No Child Left Behind. Don't get me wrong. I understand you want your child to pass, but at the end of the day, you want your child to be at a level to where when they leave your home, that they will be perfectly fine. They can be able to be social. A lot of these kids are not even social. They don't know how to have a conversation. They don't know how to talk. And being in school is the very best form of being social. And they don't know how to talk to each other. You have kids that's sitting right next to each other, sitting at the same table, and they'll text each other instead of having a conversation. We have to do better. We have to do better. It's going to start at home. Education starts at home. And if we don't question the level of education that our kids are getting, our kids are going to continue to crumble and they're going to continue to fail. Because high school ain't going to do nothing but play in your face. Yeah, you think you're a high school senior, but you're really a freshman because that's the only amount of credits that you have. But they'll make sure they fail you. They will fail you quick. But on that elementary level, junior high level, we're going to pass y'all. We're going to pass y'all. We used to have to take the Constitution test. They ain't got to take that really no more. So let's get our shit together, man. Let's dig deep into our kids, man. Because a lot of these grown adults are still illiterate, still can't read, still can't write. And a lot of these jobs, it's going to pass on them. We all want to see our kids get a good job so where they don't have to lean on us. Don't get me wrong, as a parent, I'm still going to look out for you when needed. But they shouldn't be sitting there legit leaning on us and waiting for us to hold their hands and tell them, hey, go that direction. Hey, go that direction. No. We dig deep into our kids now as far as their education and making sure that their mental is where it needs to be. Our kids will be fine and be able to make their own decisions on their own. And that's a fact. Now, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of people that's going to disagree with what I'm saying. Hey, it is what it is. I can agree to disagree. But from what I'm seeing and from what I've seen, No Child Left Behind is hurting these kids. It's hurting them. And we, as a society, we as parents in this society need to question the level of education that our kids are getting and stop settling for our kids being mediocre. And that's what grinds my gears today. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. I want to hear from y'all. This segment right here, I really want to hear from other parents. I want to hear how you feel. Let's build a community to be able to help each other. Let's share ideas. And I'm KG from Top Prize Podcast. Thank you.